That's funny.
He's gonna love prison. It's only 8
Well,
days.
is he gonna pile up the 8 days, or is he gonna go one day a weekend, or is he gonna do?
So I talked to Aaron. He called me. Okay, so okay. I woke up. Okay, I won't say that, but he called me, I guess, after his sentencing hearing, and I went, "Oh, fuck, is he really calling me?" Okay, because I was like, Jesus Christ, because all I could think was, is he going to be pissed off that
He doesn't honestly ever seem to
um
get pissed off about anything.
no, and
He's
he's a good
kind of a good egg.
well, not pissed off. I didn't want him to I was afraid because I saw everybody else covering what was going on because of course freaks go there and like go to the courthouse and I mean, for Christ's sake, even this woman had boots on the ground, some freak there.
The fuck?
I worked on it with my hands.
Oh my God.
Right. And her, I could barely even watch. And then I'm like, okay. So
She's disgusting.
so I wasn't paying attention to any of it. I was like, I don't want to know. I'll just wait for my friend Aaron to call. But the moment he got out, I got a call from Aaron and I'm like, is he going to be crying? Is he going to be whatever? People are already tweeting 15 days. Yay! Like they know, like they even know him, like they even have a grasp on what's going on. But they're freaks. They're freaks, Mom. It's like,
Yeah, like Big Red,
no.
she knows nothing. She
No,
knows
she
nothing
doesn't.
about anything.
It's creepy
I
that they
don't
do
know.
this.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Hold
don't know.
on. Hold on. Hold on.
I
Hold
don't know.
on. Hold on.
So I
Hold
wasn't
on.
watching any of that. And then I was just watching, a little Southern Charm. And then I see Aaron Imholt on my phone. And I'm like, oh God, is he going to be? I almost didn't answer. So turns out that stupid, Gino thing that they tried to do as a Hail Mary at that violation didn't even factor into it. I'm like, okay, great. I'm like, dude, so what's happening? He's like, so, and he's very like, I gotta hand it to Aaron because he'll make it like he'll make a something that would for anybody else I might just go like, oh,
Makes lemonade out of lemons.
like yes, lemonade.
He takes everything in stride. He does.
Life gives you lemons. He'll make it into toades. Okay.
No,
Life gives you toes.
He
Yeah.
does.
And I went, so what's the deal? He goes, so 8 days. We're looking into gonna be, and because he did text us and say, like, I fully believe I'm going to jail tomorrow, like for 30 days. In so many words. That's what he said. We're like, I didn't even know what to say. So he said, no, it's just 8 days. I hear that they're saying 15, but it's actually 8. People were gasping because somebody said the state wanted, I think something like 45 days. And he got 8. And he's like, so we're looking into, we're going to do maybe one day for the next 8 months on the weekends. I said, Aaron, why don't you just like knock it all out? Right? Why wouldn't you?
And do one day on the next 8 weeks. I mean, he could do one day the next 8 weeks.
No, he said one day
like
a month the next 8 months. I said, Aaron, that's stupid. Why don't you just knock it all out? You get a
But he also said he really didn't have the say so in it.
No, they're requesting. He's saying now it's looking like it's going to be every other weekend. He'll go in on Saturday, go to the jail.
So it'll take 16 weeks for him to go in there.
Like, I'll be done by Thanksgiving. I gotta hand it to him. He calls, he goes, so that violation that we were afraid of, that we weren't really afraid of because it's bullshit, that had nothing to do with it. I'm like, okay, thank goodness. But he goes, so yeah, it's just 8 days and we're looking into just doing it, one day a month. I'll go in, I'll read a book, and then I'll do it the next month. I said, don't you want to knock it out?
I
Like,
think he should go in every Saturday.
I would just be like, just give me the 8 days. Can I just go in now, or in a week? I'll come in for 8 days.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I'd want to sleep in jail for too many nights overnight.
This is so white crime. Like, even that they're giving him the option. So then he says it's looking like every other weekend. But also, Aaron doesn't want to like miss one goal. So God forbid he misses 1 week of shows.
Well, then honestly, it'll just give him a direction every other weekend. Who cares? Is he?
Right.
Are they going to let him do that though?
He said to us, we won't know until October, but it's supposed to be that it's looking like every other weekend, 1 day in jail for 8 weeks, where, as I would say, like, just get in there, do your 8 days and call it a day. But I did say to Aaron, I said, well, it will be great for your program, right? You can give people jail tips, like, what was it like in the clink, Aaron? Or like, this is a week Aaron has to spend 1 night in jail. What was it like in there? Did you drop the soap? Did you pick it up? And also bag, shake, shake, shake. Commissary, can we write you letters? He's calling me. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to watch, like, Haley's like, I want everybody to. She was the first one I tuned into. Okay.
Who is that? Who?
This woman. Ugh. So I tuned into her first and I went, I can't even watch this, because she was going, I want everyone to please, if you're the praying kind, pray.
Oh my God.
Pray that Kayla gets some justice today.
Oh my God.
Kayla gets some justice today. All right. And then she had some kind of like mentally ill person that flew to Minnesota, call it. I'm like, I can't even watch it. Right. So then I get a call. Then I was watching Southern Charm. I get a call from Aaron. I'm like, okay. He goes, okay. So that, that thing that they tried to make a violation, not a violation, because it was so ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you why, because if Aaron hasn't said it enough, the second violation that they tried, the Riquedas, that guy and his wife, Kayla Riqueda, they tried to do a Hail Mary and go in and say that because Gino Bisconti may or may not have, he didn't say Kayla Riqueda's name during the, remember when we went and did that show for Aaron's anniversary show, right?
Yes.
We did stand up there. Aaron told us unequivocally, do not mention the Riquedas. Gino never said his name, but also her name at all whatsoever. But a freak who is a co-worker and sort of big fan of the Fat Onion, Patrick Melton, came and Aaron gave no one permission to record that show. In fact, said, please do not record this show. Don't do it. People were around saying, please, no cameras out. Do not record. But he did. And what's so funny is that freak that drives across the country who is
Schizo Sean. Why can't you say his name?
Right. Schizo Sean. I can say his name. Whatever. He recorded it. He recorded the entire thing. And then the next day sends it to one Patrick Melton. Now, Patrick Melton is a co-worker of the victim, Kayla Riqueda's husband, because they both use the super tip system, right? So Aaron never broadcasted, never live streamed that show. It was a private event and it was not supposed to be recorded. But guess who did record it? A little baby man that loves Patrick Melton. And Patrick Melton is best friends with Nick Riqueda, the husband of the victim, Kayla Riqueda. So the only reason that anybody ever heard Gino's sentiments about a woman who he did not name is because of Nick Riqueda's best friend, Patrick Melton, who broadcast it, and they're all very very freaked out about this. So the court threw it out, absolutely unequivocally. Kayla Rekieta was only hurt by, I'll tell you, by this man's best friend, Patrick Melton.
We were in a sexual and very romantic relationship for a long time.
And since they are best friends, don't you think he'd go, well, if Gino was talking about us on that stage, could you please not, just to keep Kayla, feeling better, just so she doesn't have to hear it anymore, couldn't you not broadcast it? No, Patrick Melton still did. So that was completely thrown out, obviously, because it was not supposed to be recorded, and they're all very squirrely about that. But Aaron calls me. He says, so that part was thrown out.
I did say today that I am out of the Gino Bisconti business. That is 1,000% accurate. Look, man, the dude's reckless. What can I say? Gino Bisconti's a reckless guy. And
all right, here's where I get a little, and I know he has to do this.
Of course you get a little upset with that. He's your husband, okay? I get that you want to defend him, and that's fine.
No, not defend. I'll tell you. Right.
And you should.
But I'll tell you what's reckless, okay? And whatever he's about. Okay, so we'll let him go through his diatribe about Gino.
You can't have reckless people like that in your orbit when you got crazy shit going on. I really do feel like the weight of the world, like there were so many different factions and thousands of people trying to shove you down into this box, like into this grave, and you popped out of it and you made it. And it's over with now. But like after you win, I always say we won the war. Now, after you win the war, that doesn't mean you just gloat and you go, oh, we won the war, blah, blah, whatever. These people are dumb. These viewers that, troll people are dumb. You can talk that kind of shit all day long. But you also have to look inside your own camp and you got to say, all right, who's with me and who's for themselves? And I did say in court today, I said I will never again work with Gino Bisconti publicly or professionally. And that is 1,000% true.
All right. I have to say, we're friends of yours, Aaron. Yes, we're your friends first. Work with you. Very little. Okay. Yes, we flew to Minnesota to do your anniversary show. Yes, you paid us very well. But we're more friends than like working people. I don't know how many times I've like popped onto his show or he's called into my show or I've called into his. Is that working together? He has to tell the court, I swear to you, I will never work with Gino Bisconti again because he's the problem. Let me tell you something. You put you in trouble. You put you in 8 days in jail. It's not Gino Bisconti. It's not me. It's you. I'm just letting you know that. We're very good friends of Aaron's, but I understand he has to cover his ass here. But like, we're going to be friends. How much did we work together, though? He needed to say to the court, I promise you I will never work with Gino Bisconti again. Okay, well, that's fine. All right.
Well,
I've even told Gino this. I've said,
what's that, mommy?
It wasn't necessary. I understand.
No, it's stupid. It's stupid. I'm like,
I can't work with you. I'm sorry. You're reckless. He says, he's like, oh, we're laughing about the disavow. No,
he's calling Gino reckless, Mom.
But
right.
But Gino calls him shit too. Both of them call each other shit.
Wait, do you want to know what reckless is?
Well, yeah.
I'll tell you. Reckless is, I don't know, wife swapping with a pair of drug addicts.
Yeah, I get it. But
that's what reckless is. Reckless is, being around the Requetas when they're, and then losing your wife to a pair of people. Reckless is asking Gino and Keanu, hey, you can run. I want you guys while I'm on vacation to run my show for me.
No, I understand.
Whatever
I get it.
You want.
I get it. I don't really understand because all of you guys, in my mind, okay, you're all talking about each other. You all love each other. You all hate each other. You're all reckless. Everybody's good. Nobody's good. I am of the mind, if I hate somebody, I don't ever speak to them again.
I'm not talking about Aaron and Gino and I.
I'm
We're
just
all
talking
good
about
friends.
myself in
Right.
general. I don't understand.
Right. We're not talking about like the morbidly obese people.
I
that
think
talk
you guys
about
are
it
just,
all
I
the
think you
time.
guys like each other, but then in retrospect, you get on camera and then you all talk about each other. I think it must be just a podcasting general celebrity thing. You guys are weirdo celebrities.
Well, thank you.
You're like, it's like a reality TV show, okay?
Right.
And
But,
you know what?
but I have
Sorry,
to.
I am not taking anybody's side. I think you're all crazy. Okay.
Well, and I'm not taking either side either. There is no sides.
Well, you
Aaron,
should take a
Gino-
side.
well,
He's your husband. I get that. Okay.
Well, Aaron, Gino, and I are all very good friends. We will continue to be
right.
friends. But I take umbrage with the fact where he goes.
Know what the word umbrage means.
I
Please.
take umbrage with the.
Hey Siri, define umbrage, please.
Umbrage means offense or annoyance. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
Good word, Keanu.
Thank you. I take umbrage with the Aaron saying Gino is reckless, whereas he would not be spending 8 days in jail. He would have just done his $50 fine, whatever. But that time he went to Florida, he messaged, he said, can you guys do the show for me? And you guys can say whatever you want. You can say, first of all, Reckless is telling Gino Bisconti that he can say whatever he wants. That's reckless. Number 2, he said, you can say whatever you want that I can't say. And we don't know the wiser. We've never been in the court system. We went, okay, all right, that's reckless. That's stupid. It's not a we did something wrong. It's not a we violated. You violated your court thing. Why would we know? Call me naive, but we trust when somebody says and then tweets out, you guys can ask them the questions I can't answer. That's reckless on his part, not ours. Am I supposed to be like, Aaron, well, what wouldn't it be a violation of your court? I don't know what's going on with his court thing. Lest you believe I know exactly what's going on. He said, do my show for me while I'm in Florida. And you guys can't hurt me by talking about the people that I can't talk about. So here you go. That's reckless. I didn't look into why would I look into it? That's him being reckless. Gino Bisconti, also very reckless to say, Gino Bisconti, you can say whatever you would like. That's reckless. So it's not a we were reckless or we f***ed up. That is a Aaron, you f***ed up. And so I know you have to cover your ass and disavow Gino Bisconti, and we'll always be friends. But we bust balls because we are friends. We very rarely work together anyway. It's not like some sort of like deal where when do we work together? As a favor, like I'll go on his show or do whatever, but that doesn't need to happen because we are friends. But what gets me is I think Gino's reckless and I can't have that. Shut up. Shut up. No, you're reckless.
Disavow the shit he says. I think he says wild, crazy, offensive shit. And I don't think he should. I think it's bad for him, quite frankly. But when I said that I found, Gino's words about different things disgusting and everything, I do. I find them really, really gross. And I think for his own mental health, he should stop. I think, he keeps saying, oh, you around in that Dabbleverse, it eats at your soul, blah, blah, blah. And I think he's right. I agree with him. I think all these people have their souls have rotted out. Yours included, if you're into that. No offense. but I don't think he realizes that he's so neck deep in it, he can't pull himself out. And I think it's rotted his soul. Got to get up.
That didn't even need to be said.
Okay,
That's
can I
insane.
I'm going to interject right here right now. I don't care if you like it or if you don't like it. I think all three of you are beating a dead horse, and it's exhausting now.
Sure. Well, it
All three
needed
of
to be
you.
said.
All three of you are beating a dead horse, and it's exhausting now. And I can't even imagine that anybody wants to hear this anymore. That's my opinion, okay?
Well, that's fine. That's because you heard a little bit of it earlier. But
I've heard it for months now, okay?
okay.
You
Well,
three going at it and whatever,
we're
you know?
not even not gonna be friends. We're
I know
perfectly
you're
fine.
friends. You're friends. I know. It's great. I like all of you. I love you and Gino. I've never met this guy, but I like him. He seems like a good egg. Whatever.
Right. I'm not even saying that. All I wanted to say was this is he's just trying to save his like I think it's very odd to say that we made a mistake. We don't know.
Everybody thinks their own way, Keanu, and
You know, you're gonna rue the day now. He's gonna watch this and be like, Michaelene had my back. Michaelene
rue the day.
knows.
I'm not having anybody's back. I think the three of you are beating a dead horse. That's all I said.
I
Okay?
didn't get to say anything about it on my own show. That's why I'm doing it. Is that all right?
You can do whatever you want. Obviously, you can.
I just think it's very odd to say, well, yes, I disavow. I think it's disgusting what he said.
All of you
You're
talk
the
about
one.
each other. All of you are talking about each other all the time. I'm not giving him right. I'm not giving you right. I'm not giving Gino right. All three of you talk about each other all the time. And
Right,
you know
we're
what?
friends.
I'm tired of hearing it. I really am. So that's all. You want me to
hear
be
you.
here? I'm going to tell you how I feel.
I agree. Well, that was all I really needed to say. So